Okay, excuse me, I'm back. Now I'm going to show you what I'm doing with part 2. I have everything I need. I am prepared. And this is going to be fun. So for part 2, this is what I'll be using. I picked all of these out of the beads that I showed you with my last video from this bunch. And I'm not sorry because the blue doesn't look good in there. So with that and the crystals, we are going to create the background for this pretty little tree. It's going to be the sky. And we're going to have fun, and I'm not going to break anything. No, maybe I might. I don't know. Hopefully not. So the way we can do this, you can do this 3 different ways. And I've been playing with the idea, and I'm going to go with the 24 gauge wire. This can be done using fishing line and also 28 gauge wire because it's very flexible and you need a long piece. Now if you've watched my video on the crescent moon, then you'll understand the concept that I'm trying to do with this one. And I did fall short on that wire and I had fun trying to fix it. So right now I'm just going to measure out a lot. I think what I did before is just measure out like a full arm's length and it wasn't enough. So I'm going to do more. It's a lot of wire. It's tough to use such a long piece, but it's easier to manipulate it once you've gotten up a little higher into the hoop. And also it's easier to have it in one piece, even though it's a pain in the butt. And with all the wire that's left over, I'll put to use on another project. So this is why we did it this way, why I used 2 hoops. So the way I'm going to start this one, I'm going to come in from the space between the 2. Now I thought about putting green over here to make it look like grass, and I'm not going to do that. No, I don't care that much. I just want it to be pretty. So I'm just going to wrap it once, cross that wire over a couple of times like this. Right like that, so it doesn't come undone. And then I will just clip it. And I do have both my tweezers for later, not now. Then I'm just going to give it a little squash with this because I don't want to spend time with that. There, my fingernails have had it. I'll bring it down in later. I'm not doing that right now. So I'm going to hopefully not have trouble. No grief. I'm going to start right here. I'm going to hold that right here. The part that I just made a knot, like a little twist. I'm going to bring this wire up through my hoop. Long wire. If you do decide to use this, watch out for your face, because I've hurt my eye. I'm going to put it around 2 times, okay? And then I'm going to put a clear little crystal. This will go by quick, I promise, once we get started. I'm putting the clear because right now I just don't want blue. I thought about it, but in a minute. I just want to get started. Okay, so we are going to do front and back for anybody that has not seen the crescent moon because I don't want any bare wire. So what you're going to do, support that little crystal and bring your wire, this long huge piece of wire, bring it up once and give it a tug towards the crystal. You have to pull it all the way up, stuck. Okay. You're going to wrap it around once. And then you're going to wrap it around again and bring it up through the middle like this. The reason you're going to do that, okay, oops, Is everything okay?
Yeah.
All right. That one is on the front. Now, the wire will come after you do it twice from the back. So that's what I mean when I say front and back. So you'll always wrap twice on the front, the big hoop, and the small. And I'm going to use another little crystal. I promise this will go by faster. I was actually considering doing this in the other room and just throwing it to music, but I can't explain to you. I have so many new people what I'm doing if I put it to music. And I should have started this like early while my husband was at work, and I did not. So we're doing it now. Okay, so one on the front, and this one, oops, you have to wrap it twice. I only wrapped it once. Will be in the back, okay? It won't look like it right now, but it will as we go along. See, now you can see it's the back. There's the one in the front, and the one right here is on the back. Now, because it's on the back, we're going to go under the tree hoop 2 times, wrap it around twice. There's one, bring it up. You have to hold on to that bead. Bring it up through the 2 hoops twice. That's 2. You'll know that you've done it right when you see two little wires, okay? And now we're on the front. And we're gonna put in, I think, one more crystal, a clear one. Then we'll start with the pretty blue. You have to do front and, you don't have to, I just think it looks better. And as we branch out, we'll need to use more beads. Like it'll come out to a lot of stacking. That's why I'm also using crystals, because I have so many of the clear, and it just creates such a pretty look. Okay, so now I'm going to go once, twice, okay, and we're going to put in a bigger crystal because we have a bigger space. And it kinked. So this is where it becomes a little bit tricky with the long wire. It's easier with fishing line. I use a thicker line. It doesn't get tangled as much, but it's still a pain in the butt. Okay, now we're going to start putting it through the space of our tree 2 times. You'll have wire going on both hoops. So let's try not to get out of focus. You see, it is a pain, but it's crazy worth it. It'll be pretty. Okay, that's going to happen a lot. Well, it always does. Nothing you can do about it. Okay, that's front. Okay, so now back and front. We have to go through that hoop again. I'm sorry, 2 times. I want to bring it up because then I'll be on the wrong side. Okay. I'm gonna go right back down through the space that I went through the first time, right here, the first space between the branches. I'm gonna do it again there. I know it's going to take a while, but now the wire is coming on the top. So that means we have more space. So now we're going to get pretty. flat crystals. Actually, these were gifted to me from somebody whose channel I absolutely admire and love, and I've learned a lot from her, but I don't know if I can mention her, so I'm not going to. But she's definitely an artist. Okay, so now we're going to go and that one has to go on the back. Wait a minute. Nope, that one goes in the front. You'll be able to tell. I just don't know if I want to put another bead. I don't. Okay, so now I'm going to go down. No. Wait a minute. Am I messing myself up here? Okay, that does go in the back, and we're going to go around 2 times because we just finished 2 on that hoop, so now it'll be 2. Sorry about that. I haven't done this since I've done the moons. I did make like 10 of them, but I forgot. That happens. So now the spaces are going to start getting bigger. And we'll need more beads. So I'm going to put that one, and I'm going to use another bead. So I added these clear little beads. Actually, I'm going to put a dark one, and then dark bicons, and even these little seed beads, because it's just going to be pretty. It just has to be pretty. That's the most important thing. Okay, so 2 twists right here. Right there. Put the 2 beads on, hold on to them, okay? And now you have to go twice through the bottom hoop. That will make it on the top. Once we get up here, it'll go by real fast because the wire will become shorter, and if I probably cut it way too long because I didn't want to mess it up like I did that one time I filmed my crescent moon. Oops. I got a bracelet over there. Keeps getting stuck on it. Okay, so now we've gone 1. Now we got to go back down again into that space on the bottom hoop. Right there. Okay. Now, this is on the top. Can you see that? You've gone twice through the bottom hoop. Now, your 2, whatever beads you put on here, they're going to be on the back side. So, I'm going to get the beads. You can put these, depending on how full you want it, zigzag them far apart. I just want them, I just want to have enough beads to get through this, honestly. And I don't think I'm going to have a problem. Also, if you have a big bead on the top, it's best to put a small bead, like alternate size so that they fit better. So I'm going to put a big bead here. Not that big. And then a small one. Okay, now this is going over. See? No, that's the back, I'm sorry. That's the front. That's the back. That's why you have to keep looking at your two little wires, because then you won't get confused. I get confused. Okay, now we're going to wrap it around 2 times. There's 1. There's 2. And now this row is the top. You see? We have 1 in the front and 1 in the back. We turn it over, we should have no wire without beads. I did that on the crescent moon. If you don't pay attention, turn your project around, you will have 1 wire without beads, and it just messes everything up. You have to go back and fix it. Otherwise, you wasted your time. And that's exactly what happened, and I had to fix it, and I filmed it. So if that happens to you, if you decide to make one of these, you can do stars, sky, whatever. Just pay attention, because you don't want to have a empty wire without, like I did on the tree. Yeah, it messes it up. Oh, I get a little kink every time I go over that. It's gonna, if for any reason you run short, I hope I don't run short on this, but if you do, watch the one with the crescent moon. I show you how to fix it. Okay, so now this is the top, and I can't fit another bead there, but I'm just going to hold on to that. I'm going to get this wire that wraps around my body 10 times. I'm going to go down in between a space where there's a branch, and I'm going to just keep pulling this wire. It's going to start going by fast. And it's getting noisy. It's hitting the back. I have a shelf on my workstation that I put there. Okay, now we're going to bring it back up through the middle, and we're going to go right back down into that same space on the bottom hoop. And the reason for that is the next row has to be in the back, because this is the front. So now put it back down. You have to remember 2 times, pass it 2 times through each hoop, top and bottom. Oops. Okay. I'm sorry if I get out of focus here. I'm trying so hard not to. I could have put another bead there. I'm not going to sweat that. Okay, so now you've gone twice. Now you see where your wire is? Your wire is behind. That means this row is the back row. If I just went and pulled this over, right, and put beads there, you would have a wire without any beads. I hope that makes sense. So now we're ready to move on. I think we're going to put this little dark blue, so we have small, and a clear crystal. I want to save a lot of the blue for the very top. I don't want to save it. I want it to be even. I noticed that the tree has more green over here because I ran out of beads. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, so there's 2. Now we need another bead because the space is getting bigger. And I think I'll put this. Probably should have put something. No, if this is too big, I'll put a little blue one. Is it too big? I can leave that, but it has too much of a space. Does it? I'll save it. We'll keep it. Now I'm going to go around once. I just don't want, this is going to be like zigzag. I don't want them to be big spaces. Okay, now twice. And the reason we're doing it that way is because that's the back row, and now this is your top, this is your front row right here. Flip it over, you can see this is going to be on the top. I hope I'm making sense right now with this for you. Okay, we're going to start off with something small right here because I have a big crystal, big bicone there, and I want something pretty. I also pulled out these seed beads. I never used them before. These two, a whole bunch of them, well, I bought a whole bunch, but they were also gifted to me by the same artist. And she actually sent me something she had created and did a tutorial, and I now own it. And I have it displayed. I love it. It's one of my favorite things. Okay, so, you know, I'm gonna blubber on and on. I'm sorry, guys. I can't help it. I have a big mouth. I've watched so many different kinds of craft videos because I like to keep busy and I like to keep focused. And some of them have just such not nice followers. Like, they're always just not nice. But then you go to beading, any kind of beading, whether you're making jewelry, making flowers, sun catchers, trees. Everybody seems, it's just such a nice crowd. You know, maybe because this to me is very relaxing. But also for me, I started making these a while ago, but my channel started out of, I guess, not boredom, probably loneliness during the pandemic. I just had I needed to have an outlet, and I was told by the person who I was talking about, who gave me these beads in a beautiful project of hers that is crazy beautiful, that I should start a channel. She was impressed with my work. Guess where we're going to be, guys? This row will be in the back. So we're going to go around one more time because we have one. Now we're going to go back. Oops. Pull this. We can go one more time down here. I don't want to keep talking because then I'm going to make a mistake. But I was really going to just sit out there with my husband while he watches his shows. Oops. See? This is how you make a mistake. And just do it and pay attention and then just put it to music. We do need this over here, because that's on the top. So this one here is the back. Okay, let's see. I want this one. So we'll do yeah, right. Okay, so we'll do a big, something big, something small, something a little bit bigger maybe, like that. Drop them down, and we still have room, do we? Maybe. Actually, no. I don't want them to, I've done this before. I don't want them to bulge out. I don't want them to sit on, I want them in between these two hoops. And if I do add another one, I have a feeling that it'll bulge up over that, and then it don't look good. Okay, so with that, we're just going to pass this through once, twice. I have this door open. That was my husband, if you just heard him yawning. He works hard. Okay, now we're on the top. I'm going to put some, that's a big bead, so we're going to put something small. Okay, maybe something medium. Something, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what it falls. Oops, sorry. once you start getting along, you'll know when you need another. Like this back row, I had 2 big and a small. That's 3 beads. Here I have 2 small and a big, and I need to increase. So you'll have 2 rows that are pretty much the same, if that even makes sense to you. Because the increase happens like after every second row is when you end up with more. So let's see if, oops, where is that bead? Okay, so let's slide that down and check. It's fine. So now you're going to grab onto your work, hold on to it, because we're going to go through. Oops. I'm getting twisted. I don't want that to happen. Okay, we're going to go right down into this space, the one ahead of the last. I don't want to go behind. I always want to go up one. I hope I'm staying in focus for you, because if not, I'm wasting my time and yours. I don't want to do that. Okay, so this one here is on the top, so our next one will be on the bottom. Okay, see, we have no blank wires, so we're gonna hold on to this. Okay, and I'm gonna go back through that hoop, not the hoop, yeah, the space where the branch is. Oops, and I just took it out. Come on now, I'm getting all fancy on you. Okay, so I went right back into the space up in front of this row because we're working forward. And now it's in the back. See? Turn it over. We have to bead that, because if you don't bead it, you're going to have a blank wire. If you turn this over here and put your beads there, this one won't have anything. So I suggest check often. Just flip your work and take a look at it, because it is easy to make that mistake. I've done it. I've done it a lot. And it's a pain in the butt to take off and fix. So, okay, so we got we have a small one there, so we're going to start off with a big, a small, and something a little bit bigger. Oops. Okay. So we're going to let these fall behind. And let's see, I do have room for another bead. You see here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 on that one. There's 3. If I don't put anything, it won't look good. So we're going to put in a crystal. It is time consuming, but you know what? Wait until the end. You'll see, it'll be pretty. I already can tell that I like it. And I feel bad when I say that, because you might not. And I'm not like conceitedly tooting my own horn, but I think that's gonna look so pretty. Okay, so now the first bead, we're on the top row. I used a little tiny one there, the little clear one. So I'm gonna put a bigger bead and then a small one, because that bead there is big, if that makes sense. So the first bead has to be a little bit bigger, and we will put then something smaller, then something, that's too big, just a little bit bigger. I hope I'm not boring you to tears. This is just that's the kind of project this is. You really have to like pay attention. I don't want to make any mistakes. I do it all the time, but okay. Let that slide. There we go. Now that comes right to the hoop. This is where we want it. Can you see? So I'm going to support my work right here, and I'm going to go into this next space in the small hoop right between these two branches. I keep trying to, I'm standing up looking over. I have to figure out a different way to do this. I don't know how other people do it. I really don't. I've had it beside me, and then all you see is my hand and you can't see what I'm doing. And I think this way, as long as I can stay in focus, you can see what I'm doing. But I gotta stand up, which I don't mind. Yeah, that's the front. We're on the back. So it's 2 times on the top because that's where you're reversing your direction. So 2 times on the top. Now we're in the back, okay? And then when you come through your branch, you only have to go through it once. I'm pretty sure that I've been doing it twice, and you don't need to. I don't want it to get all bunched up. Okay, so I'm going to put something small because that one's big. Okay, now something maybe a little bit bigger. Oh, this one's pretty. Oh, come on now. Small, big. Small. Let's see what we have. Okay. And see what I almost did? That's on the front. These go in the back. See? Gotta pay attention. I almost did it, guys. That would have been really, really not good. That would have sucked. Sorry. I'm gonna put, I think, 2 smalls instead of a big one. This might fit a little bit better. See, we're increasing up into the shape, and it did. It fit pretty good. Let me just check the bottom. If it's bulging. Not really. That'll work. Okay, so now I'm gonna support my work right there. I'm gonna wrap it one time, bring it over, pass it back down, bring it over again. Okay, now that was the back, and now we're on the front. We have 2 small beads, which is really cool because now I can put a bigger. I think I'll put this one. Okay, and then something small. Something big and something small. It will come a time when I start putting on like an extra bead and then just have to slide it off, but that's all right. I am so afraid to cut this wire because I don't want to come up short. And let's take a look. Do I have enough for another bead there? I do not, because then it will bulge. So we're going to just go right into the next space ahead of this. Pull this through like that. And let's see. We're going to undo that. Told you this is going to happen. I didn't want it to bulge, but I need a bead there. Just a little something. We'll put that one. That's okay. This is going to require your time and your patience, but you can do it, and it's not undoable. And I'm going to pass this wire right in front of the next branch. Okay, almost. You know that the crescent moon that I had made 10 of them. And then I was holding, I think it's on TikTok actually, or even on my Instagram, holding all of them up. Now we're on our back, see? And check it out, it's on TikTok and on Instagram. You'd be able to see how many I had, like, all at once. This is what I was doing. I stopped doing my trees and said, you know, I need something different. I'm getting a little bored. And they're beautiful. I like the crescent moon. I love it, but it's not my favorite. Oh, I can't say that. I do love it a lot. All right, that is definitely one of my favorite things, but you get sick of it because you do it so much. It's just the same thing, you know? I'm feeling a little silly because I'm in the bedroom working on this beautiful space that my husband created for me. The bedroom door is open. My cat, Abby, my older one, is on the bed behind me. I make her a nest. I'm going to have to take a little tour and show you guys my setup. And the door is open so she can go out. My little Finny, he's upstairs with my future daughter-in-law. But I feel kind of embarrassed because my husband walks by, he hears me talking to myself. He looks at my stuff. He has looked at my tutorials. He's like amazed. But I still feel kind of silly. I don't know how these people do vlogs and go in public and do stuff like that. I could never. Okay, so that's your back. Now we're on the front. I should not feel uncomfortable doing this with my husband here because he's the best. He really is. I don't even think he knows how good he is. That's why when my son was leaving this morning to go to work, he knows I'm recording. I don't care. I don't care. I love you, Mom. It's like, say it. Say it all the time. Every day. And I tell my husband I love him all the time. But anyway, now I'm talking just blubbering. This is when I think, maybe you need to shut up and put your stuff to music. But then I can't show you. This is actually helping me because I'm not talking to myself, but just talking. I'm not going to believe it, but I'm really shy. I'm very shy. I'm very insecure with my shyness because it's just, it's not easy to be shy. And then to try and pick something up like this. So flip it over, check it out. We're on the back wire. See guys, I'm on the ball, I'm paying attention. Okay, we're going to start with something big. No, we ended with something big down there, so we'll do something small. Come on now. Okay, now something big. Some small, medium. We'll see. Let them fall down. And now we've got, I'm going to put a small, no, actually I could put another big. I just don't have as many big as I have small. That's all right. I don't think it'll matter. I just don't want to use all the nice ones here and then fall over here and have it not as pretty. But it's the sky, right? It'll be fine. But this is going to pack a powerful punch in a window. What do you think? At first I wasn't too sure about doing it this way, but why not, right? I could have done it all clear. Or I could have done floating, you know, when you put your bead on and then take your wire and go back through and made it stars. But no, I wanted it to be the sky. I don't know if it looks like the sky, but it's definitely sparkly, right? It'll look good in the window. Actually, in my case, I'm going to have to do a room tour view of my bedroom and where my cat is and my workspace, because I've done a lot of hanging. My husband got me this board, 2 board things, and I hung up a lot of stuff. Took stuff out of totes. Just figure why not, right? Surround yourself with stuff that you love. Like, this is my happy place right now. That one was the back, now we're in the front. I'm gonna support my work. Right here, I'm gonna go into this branch space. If you hear grumbling, that's my stomach, and no, I'm not hungry. It's embarrassing, but it happens all the time. My stomach is, I put that in the wrong space. My stomach is noisy all the time. I think I went over one too many. Yes, I did. Okay, now I got it. How much time are we here? 24 minutes. Okay, so now we're in the back row. And if you want to make sure, you turn it over. And you can see that's your back wire, and none of them are blank. So we're doing okay. Okay, let's see. We're going to put something big because we have 2 smalls down there. So I'm going to go with this big and then something small. Maybe not. Okay, good. And, oops. There go those jumpers. Okay, let's slide that back. Now, we can go small and big, I think, or, no, I think 2 small will work better. We'll see. Oops. So I had started to say that the flat crystals, the blue ones, were gifted to me, and she also gave me a bunch of seed beads, and now I'm hooked on them. Because they are sparkly, you can get them pretty cheap on Amazon in assorted colors. I prefer the ones that are mirrored. They're very reflective, and they have like a ton of colors. I don't like the ones that are just like clear. I mean, I don't dislike them. This has to go around again. It's not that I dislike them, I just prefer the mirrored look. Okay, see now we're getting further up. So this is our top Y. We're going to go right into that space. I'm going to put a big bead because we have two small beads right there. So I think I'll use a crystal there. I mean, yeah. The Y is definitely getting shorter, and I got a kink. Oh, that's a good one. Hopefully that'll work. Yep. Something's telling me this is gonna be too big. Let's see. Well, the Y has definitely gotten shorter. Okay, no, that'll work. Just want to make sure I go in the right space. Okay, so okay. Now doing the back row. We need a splash of color here. We've got a big and a small. So I'm going to put something small. And I'm going to put another crystal there. I really don't. Let me just check and see how many big beads I have left. I'll put a crystal there. Yeah, these are all, like I said, I use a wire and I just pick them out or pluck them out with my hand. And I took them out of the other project that I was working on. Okay, let's get on my wire. Perfect. Now, two times. And we'll start with something small. Because it's going right up there next to that big one. Okay. And then we'll do something big. I'm trying to alternate. I don't want it to be, I don't want it to be all beautiful on one side and not on the other. It won't matter anyway. That's just my, I don't know, overthinking. Okay, so now, let's see, we need something big. And something small. Oops, I hit the light. I'm gonna put one more small thing right there. lines up perfect. It's not hanging over, so I'm going to bring it down. I'm going to go, I think, into this space. It's going to start, it does end up looking like a zigzag. And the closer you make them, like I am, the more wire it takes and the more beads it takes. But as long as I have enough, I'll be happy. And if I don't, I'll show you how to fix it. Now we're in the back row. And I have that damn kink again. Okay, so now I have 2 small beads right there. So I'm going to put something big, something, let's see, small. Let's let these fall. See, we don't have any blank wires on the ball. That's a good thing. Okay. Kind of wish I had not gone into that space because I don't like the way that looks. I'm taking it off. Sorry guys. I know that's lousy, but I didn't like the way it looked. It's too close right here. I think I'm going to take this wire out and move it over one. And this happens even when I did the moon, you know. The moon was just more, the issue was more of how big of a zigzag I got. Some of them were very, very close. And some not, and I kept the ones that were close, and the ones that weren't I took apart. Now did I go too far over? I did. That one, okay. Alright girl, let's try one more time. This needs to go right there. Yeah, that will happen. That'll happen. You can easily not, you can miss a front or back wire. Yeah, but we don't have any mistakes yet. So now we're in the back, and I'm going to put something big because the bottom are small. Too big, small. We have a good space. I'm going to put something bright, like oh, that's too big. Okay, let's see. See, now we've gotten past the top. Now it's going to narrow out. So we'll be using less beads. Okay, that works. Can you see? Right up to the hoop, and then it's not bulging, so I'll just support that. Bring it up twice, like that. Then just scooch it over. I don't want a big zigzag. I just want to have enough wire and beads to make it. Okay, so this one here is going on the front. And we're going to start with a crystal, something big, to sit next to those two little ones. Now because it's going down in size, the amount of beads are going to be different. Did that work? No, I need one more. I think that'll work. That works. Okay. Let's see if this falls in the right place. It's fine. Now we'll be in the back. I think that one will be too big. Does it work? See how this is? I don't know if you can see it. This blue one is past the hoop. It's kind of bulgy. I don't like it. So we'll take this big one off. I thought it was going to be too big. And we'll put, how much space do we have? Oh, we need just something small right there. Okay, now we're going to go down and around. Yeah, these projects, they take time. We're almost an hour in now, but it'll go by fast. Okay, now we're on our top. We have two smalls. I'm going to take up some space with this big crystal right there. Then I'll put something blue. Oh no, that's too dark. Let's try this one. I think one more small. We'll try it. Now the decrease, you can see, is coming close. The only thing that I really worry about now, I don't think I'm going to run short on wire, is the zigzag. I don't want it to be like real spacey because right here is really close. But you can see it definitely, you can always slide them around too. And if you want to lace it, you can lace it. I'm not going to lace it. No. Lacing this, oh maybe. I probably will. I'm so indecisive. Okay, let's see. Oops. gonna give me grief. The thing that's good about this, unlike the tree, is all the cutting. You only have 2 spots, the beginning and the end. And I have to go back over to that beginning because it looks like crap. I can see that knot right there. I'm gonna have to mess around with it, and that's not in the right space. I didn't say it. I didn't go up one. Went into the same space as the last one, and I don't want to do that. I want to go in between the yellow and the green. That's not what I did. Okay. Make sure we don't have any blank wires. We do not. Okay, now we're on the top. Our decrease is coming quick. Hi. You can say hi.
Bye.
Bye.
Baby.
He just comes to check on Miss Abby. She's a good girl. She's staying in here because this is where Mom is. I don't like it when she stays in here all day though. But she's not alone, so. Anyway. It's too bad she don't like Finn. And they have to be separate. But it is what it is. They're both loved. Oops. I am not going to go into the same hole. Alright, we're going to go right here. Between this yellow one and this clear one. Every time I look up, I think I've kept in focus. I don't know how many times I've gone out of my little window of space. That's good. Now we have the back. And we started with something big. So we're going to do something small. And something big, small. Let's see, we got that decrease coming up big time now. Okay, we need something big. And that works right to the hoop, to the top of the hoop. No blank wires. And we're gonna go around twice. And now we're back on the top. Just slide them over. You can play with them later. See, they don't have to be, you know, they do have slack. So if it looks like really too crowded in one spot, you can just slide it over. Let's see, we have something big. So I think we're going to put something small and clear. Then something blue. Let's see, we got that decrease now. And I don't want to bulge. I have enough room for one big one, bigger, which would be this one. I like this color and size blue. I had it in red too, but I can't find them anymore. Okay, gonna go right here. If you can see that. Moving it up. You can't go in the one behind it because then it looks silly. And then if you go too far ahead, then you have a big zigzag. Okay, so we don't have anything blank on the front or on the back. I'm thinking I should have, for this whole first row near to the top of my branches of my tree, I should have just put all clear and then started building it up because it kind of blends. And I don't have anything in the background, which that was a choice, but anyway, it is what it is. And it'll, that's too big. It'll look pretty in a window. Okay. Does that fit? Yeah. See, now I'm down to 3. I've got 2 big and a small. So now I'm on the front. I will put 2 small. And something a little bit bigger. Come on. There we go. So I'm trying to think of what to do tomorrow. I'd like to start early. Today I got a late start. I stayed in bed until, well, for me it's late, until like 4 o'clock. My husband leaves in, then my cat wakes me up, and yeah. So I'm usually up at 2:30. Get stuff done. I got a lot done today though. But I would like to get them done early because no one's around. Everybody else is sleeping. And I can take my time. And I'm also being entertaining to someone who, you can read in the comments, someone that's special, one of my followers. I know you don't mind if I say, I'm not going to say your name. Anybody who wants to know who you are, they can look. But I will have something for you tomorrow. And why is this? I don't know. It's too big. I think it's bulging. Hold on. Let me look. Oh yeah. No. Nope. I've got to change that bead. Too big. So maybe we'll just do 3 small. I don't know. We'll see. That worked. 3 small. And then we're going to pass it over twice. I just want to see where I'm going to put this wire. I'm going to go in between the pink and the rose. Okay, you need something big. Something small. Is that enough? Yep. This is the decline. I'm going to go right here, like I said. No. Don't do that. That's not nice. Almost done, guys. Okay, we're going to bring it up. We're on the back row now. Let's make sure there's no spaces. No spaces. I'm doing good. So I'm going to put a big one because that one's small. And then I think the next couple of rows will be like one big one and then go down to two small ones. We'll see. I might actually do that now. Wait a minute. Something's not right. That's because I don't know why. That's because there's a big space. Let me just slide my tree. Maybe that'll fix it. Well, it helped. Kinda. I don't like it. I don't know what to do. Okay, let's try something else. Okay. Okay, there's one. I think maybe a little one. I think that might actually even be too much. We'll see. Whoops, that went flying. See, I'm getting towards the end of the project and I'm getting thirsty while we're talking. What are you doing? Okay. No. One is enough. I'd rather have it a little loose than too tight because I know it looks silly. That's the back one. Now we'll go into the front. We'll try another big one, see how that works. That might be too small. Go down. See what time it is. Oh, my husband's waiting for dinner. Oh, crap. He eats, well, it's considered his dinner because it's the last meal of his day. So I gotta get done. I don't want him to have to wait. He comes home like between 10 and 11, and I give him breakfast, and about 2:30 he has his last meal, and then he snacks. He's a snacker, but I have to cook, so I'm gonna finish right here, and then I'll be back. I have to feed my baby. Best guy in the world, I'll tell you. I'm gonna come back because I'm still not done, but I will end it properly right here. I have to finish filling this in. Two. Now we're going on the top. I think I'll throw on a little clear one. It looks like we had clears down there. Now we have one in the back. Any spaces? No spaces. Awesome. We will put a clear right there. That's the back. Yeah, no blank Y's, and we'll call that done. Did I go further down? No, the B would be too big right there. So now the way I'm going to end this, not the way I did that one, I'm going to fix that when I come back, because I'm still not done with this project, but the rest is just embellishments. I'm going to go around twice, then I'm going to come up the way that I always do, cross over that bunch of Y's there, where the two twists. I'm going to bring that over, and I'm going to snip it right there, and do this the right way. Get my tweezers and push that down. Like that. And then squish it. And it's not stuck anywhere. Okay, so guys, I don't know. I'm a little torn. I think that there should have been a space between the tree and the sky. But I'll tell you what, that makes one hell of a sun catcher in a window. Okay, I will be back and I will finish the embellishments. I will fix that end. And yeah, this is what we're going to use. We're going to put that and some chain, and then we'll be done. I'll be back, guys.